Okay, so for the purposes of YouTube videos in the future, I'm just going to give a quick rundown of what this game's all about before hopping into some matches. So we're just going to jump into training mode for now so I can show off a little bit of the gameplay while not annoying a human player on the other end for my slow playing. So this is KARDS. This is a digital CCG in the same sort of sphere as Hearthstone. If you're familiar with that game, you'll be very comfortable jumping into this. Much like that game, both players have a deck of cards and have a hand that they're drawing one card every turn. You also have a resource pool called credits in this game that increases by 1 every round up to a maximum of 12. Where the similarities end, however, is well, that's not quite where the similarities end, but there's two major changes I would say that the game presents that make it that set it apart. The first is that you'll notice there's two values up there in the corner of every card. There's a larger value that's its deploy cost and a smaller one that's called its operational cost. So cards not only cost resources to play in this game, but they cost resources to use. And using a unit means attacking with it or moving with it. And that leads me to the second major change, is that not only do both players have an area of the board to which they can play units, there's also a neutral middle section of the board that players control called the front line. And you'll need to move units into this zone in order to attack the enemy's HQ for most units, which is the goal of the game. Get this value down to 0. And there's also other card bonuses and other abilities that will care about units in the front line. So that's the other thing. So that is pretty much that. Anything else to explain, I can explain as it comes up in the game. I guess we'll explain the sort of default bog standard unit is an infantry unit. It can either move or attack on its turn. So you'll see that this value is now highlighted. This is its operation cost. I have 2 credits to spend, so I could move it, spending 1 credit, but even though I have 1 credit left to spend, I can't attack with it because infantry can just move or attack on its turn. Alright, we can jump into some matches. I have a bunch of decks built with whatever cards that I have managed to open out of about 150 packs. I'm sure all of the decks are awful, but who cares? We're just going to jump right in and have some fun and see what we can do. So, if there's no preference, I think one of the first decks I wanted to try out was this. Which one? Let's just play around with tanks, because tanks are always fun. Jump into a match right away here. I think I'll push these 2 back just in case. This is a game-ending card right here, but I don't think we want it right now necessarily. Hello, Dave of the Boozy, comrade. If you have a deck style that you'd like to see, like more aggressive or more mid-range, let me know and I can play that next. Actually, I'm going to change the stream title to this to... We'll play this one for a little while and then we'll move into something else. This is like German, US tanks. What did he make me discard? He made me discard my Panzer 38. Okay. My turn again. I'm just gonna play out this Panzer Grenadier. So although by default infantry can either move or attack on their turn, this can do both. So this is an infantry that acts like a tank. Oh yeah, I guess I didn't explain that yet. Tanks are the only unit in the game that can both move and attack on their turn. But you need to spend the resources to do it. Yeah, the music's awesome. It really sets the mood for for the game. Did he show us? So he showed us. So we know he's playing Germans, Britons, because he's got a German main card here, and he just played a British card to draw 2. So he's probably more of a control deck. So let's get aggressive. Let's play out this tank unit, so it can move and attack on the same turn. And because it has Blitz, Blitz is like haste if you're familiar with Magic the Gathering jargon. So it lets me act with it right away. I could be resource efficient and move this up. I don't know if he has anything that punishes me for doing that, so I'm just gonna be resource efficient here. I have a deck you might like that's like all about spamming out little guys, like tons of like 1/1s and then buffing them all. I don't know how well it's gonna do, but could be fun to try. So how do I want to kill this unit? So this is a bomber. The way bombers work. So you notice how some cards have this upside down shield in their attack value. That means they can only attack things they're adjacent to, whereas anything with this target reticle can hit anything on the battlefield. So air units can do that. The interesting thing about bombers, which this is they don't take return damage when they attack something. There's a few other drawbacks, but it's not relevant right now. I probably just want to... That takes up my whole turn. I probably want to do that. I'm just going to take this out with Tactical Strike and draw a card. And then I can fire with this since it's free. Panzer 35T has 0 op cost if I control an infantry unit. That's one of the reasons why I liked these things in this game. Well, we no longer control an infantry unit. Although I can go... We can play this. Play this. Now we have 2 things that have 0 operation cost. Do I spread the love here, or do I like... I'm gonna make these both interesting threats. So I'm gonna buff this unit. And we'll just fire in here. End our turn. I think I'm just going to finish that unit with this. This destroys a random unit on the enemy unit, but since there's only one enemy unit, it's going to hit it. Deals double damage against tanks. I don't think we really care about that. Ooh, we got our big boy. 8/8 heavy armor 2. So heavy armor 2 means it just reduces combat damage by 2 every time it takes a hit. We're gonna have some fun with that later. 1, 2. Deals double damage against tanks. Well, we don't want him buffing that. Do I want to use this though? 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, why not? I don't expect to win very many games with these decks. Not before we like kind of learn how we should be playing them and what's good, you know? So we'll just do our best to stay alive. So, you know what? I'll move that up and fire. He's gonna trade with this here, but he's gonna take 2 in the process, and then our copy of Eagle Claws will finish it off. Hopefully he plays out more units into the support line that we can get extra value off of this. He does, unfortunately. It's a really big boy. Yeah, that's pretty much all we can do right now. So we're definitely going to get to play our tank this game, but I don't know that it's going to be relevant. Yeah, no, we're dead. Almost certainly we're dead. Yeah, that's not quite enough damage. Oh, it drew us into another Eagle Claws, so that's something. We're still probably dead. Yeah. GG. Try again. I'll play this one for a while, then we'll switch to the what I'm calling the Soviet Weenies deck. That's too slow. So Japan tends to be an aggressive style deck, so I want like cheaper units to play out so that I can defend myself. Oh, is that what I think it is? No, it's not. I'm gonna play this out. So the different types of units are infantry, tanks, artillery, fighters, and bombers. In addition to that, there are actions like this, orders, and there are more reactive ones called whatchamacallit, called countermeasures. So by default, infantry can either move or attack on its turn. Tanks can do both. Artillery, fighters, and bombers don't have a range. They can hit anything on the field, but fighters take return damage. Artillery and bombers do not, but bombers don't dish out return damage, and artillery does. Japan most certainly has a kamikaze. Like their units are themed after kamikaze. And yes, they do have a card that's called Kamikaze. So I think what I'm going to do on my turn is I'm going to move this Panzer unit forward. Actually, I might move the infantry forward. And then play this. And then we're going to draw a card at the end of our turn. Because it says if I control the front line at the end of my turn, draw a card. Get that value. Well, unfortunately, that didn't last long. I think I'm going to take this out with Tactical Strike on my turn. Like, it's clearly an important card for his strategy, so I'm just going to get rid of it. I wonder if that's worth doing. Don't know. I'm just going to play out a unit instead. I feel like I can get more value off of this. Then maybe that was a reason to use this, just so he doesn't get the draw too from any Rising Sun that he might play. This is looking rough. If this unit's still alive when it comes to our turn, we're gonna move it forward and play the Sherman to draw a card. Maybe play this and this on this unit. He's the aggro deck. We just need to stem the bleeding and then get control of the board, and then the average card quality of his is pretty low, then we should be able to... No, I'm not using a starter deck. I opened like a good couple hundred cards. Sorry, I opened about 150 packs. Question is, am I supposed to attack him or am I supposed to attack the plane? I think I'm gonna do this because I have Blitzkrieg. Maybe I can get him. We'll see though. Oh my god, that card's so annoying. So when a unit is pinned, it can't act on its next turn. So these units effectively don't exist for a turn. That's probably going to be plenty of time for him to finish me off. There's a chance that we can steal this game from him depending on what he does, because Blitzkrieg lets me do a ton of damage. Yeah, we have enough damage. If he ignores our units and just plays to the board, we can get him with Blitzkrieg. He's probably like worried about that though, so he'll probably take some time to take some of our units out. Okay, if he doesn't have a relevant one-cost play here, I think we win the game. Oh, I did that wrong. I should have moved this forward first. But it's plenty of damage. Woo! Blitzkrieg, baby. What did we earn? Play 450 orders. Well, that worked out nicely. Oh, I will say this though, the standard decks are actually still pretty decent. Like I was beating non-standard decks for a little while in the early ranks with the standard decks. They're good. They're just fun to play and get a good feel for the game. So don't feel like you need to spend money in this one. I kind of like this whole hand. Yeah, and there's a different victory sound depending on which faction wins. Do I want to get rid of... I want to get rid of that one, I think. I think I'm happy with the rest. Yeah, that's a nice curve. 1 to 2 to 3. Depending on what he does, I might do more. He might be playing a Weenies deck himself, because this suggests aggro. Give all friendly ground units in the front line plus 2. Yeah, I'll just play this out. That's nasty. What do I want to do? I think I want to get some value off of this before he comes in and kills it. I'm gonna do that to play this. Yeah, it's Great Britain, Germany, Japan, United States, and Soviet Union, who we're playing right now. Yeah. This card's such a beating. So he's got like these 5/5s that he brought out very early, and the reason why is because they deal 3 damage to himself. So a very aggressive card. How do we want to do this? Well, I'm going to play this to start, see what it hits. If it hits the guy in the front line, okay. That was our ideal. We don't have enough credits to do anything else, unfortunately. I think that the play is I move this to the front line because if he shoots it with this, so this says it can do an additional damage whenever it shoots a unit. So I don't want to put these in the front line because this could potentially clear the way for this to move through. By putting a 3 toughness thing in here, he's forced to use this thing's activation or use a card from his hand to get rid of this and be able to move this forward. Which might buy me enough time to lay down some other troops. That's true, he could still move it forward after shooting, I guess. Forgot about that. It's unfortunate because a lot of our cards care about being in the front line, and if we can't get there, then we're up shit creek. I think what I might have built here is just a bad aggro deck. Like, it just cares about the front line too much. Like, cards like this probably need to come out. Maybe Iron from the North is bad. Who knows? We're experimenting, right? See, like, again, like my entire hand is pretty much cards that care about the front line, and since we don't have it, I can't do anything. How do I want to do this? Hope he just doesn't have hard removal. Most of USSR removal is in the form of damage, so I'm hoping I put this out of range. And so I can keep control of the front line with this. Okay, well, at least it traded with his big boy, and he had to use his whole turn practically to do that. We're still in a really bad spot. But at least we got to play some cards. So this has Blitz, so we can... can act right away. We can get the front line again and draw with this. All right, that's our turn. He's actually pretty low. We might be able to get him with Blitzkrieg next turn. We actually have 11 damage on the board. See what he does. Nope, you don't have enough credits for that, my friend. Tactical strike. So I think we finish this tank off. We draw. Really don't want that plane hitting us anymore. But I kind of want this 4/4 still to be able to deal with this. Because if I move in and attack with this, he can finish it off with the infantry or with the Katyusha and then move forward. I can then use Tactical Strike to finish that off, but that seems worse overall than simply just finishing this off. Takes up my entire turn, but I don't know. We'll see what we can do. There's a few sweepers, yeah. Some of them only care about... Some of them only target the front line or the support line exclusively. And some will hurt your own units as well, but yes, there are sweepers. Not very many, though. I have 2 in my deck that I care about, and if I draw either of them, we would be in a very good spot. Does this have Blitz? Target unit must retreat. That's kind of... I could bounce this, but it can act right away, so it's not that great. This has a deal 1 damage when it comes into play, so it's also awful. I could make this retreat, which would destroy it, but... And then I can move this up, but then I don't have enough resources to actually act with it. Maybe we just draw cards. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, let's draw cards looking for the card that we really want to see, which is Eagle Claws. I think we just draw again. And then we might be able to get... We might be able to get him with Blitzkrieg next turn. Yeah, he's going all out. Because he's gonna clog up the... Oh, he didn't. How much resources do I have? This represents 6. No, that's not good enough. None of these. We're definitely still in this. Actually, do we just win? Blitzkrieg gives this 7, 8, 9. I think we just win. Wow, Blitzkrieg lets you turn the corner so hard. So he got like very early control of the board with those aggressive cards, those really beefy cards, but they dealt so much damage to him in the meantime that once we were just able to like steal that game from him. Okay. Getting rid of those. I think I'm going to get rid of that. I really want to see a card that I can take over the front line early with this one, and then we can just start drawing infinite cards with it. Unfortunately, none of these are that. But I probably will play this out on 2 unless we draw a better play because I want to be resource efficient. Fury, this keyword Fury means that this unit can attack twice each turn. It says it right there on the side. I'll just, while we're waiting for our opponent to make their first play, I can just slowly... Alright, there we go. I need to get the lyric sheet for this song. I love it so much. Okay, so here's a common keyword that you'll see on a lot of cards. Guard. It's, as it says on the side there, it just means that adjacent units cannot be attacked except by bombers and artillery. So you can't attack non-guard units if they're protected by a guard unit. Oh, the resources just go up, like your maximum resource just goes up by 1 every turn. Kind of like Hearthstone. You played that, right? Pretty sure you did. So we control the front line. I'll play Iron from the North to gain resources. I'm just going to play this. It's going to start drawing us cards. I could use the final resource to attack this, get it down to 4. Actually, that might be worthwhile because... I don't know, is it? It might be because if we draw Tactical Strike, we can finish it off, but there's a good chance he just buffs these units with more defense anyway, so... Yeah, so it works exactly like Hearthstone. Every round you build up 1 maximum resource that you can spend on playing cards or using them. And I love the fact that you have to spend resources to actually use the cards you've already played, because it just creates a lot of interesting decision points. Like, the skill ceiling for this game is really, really high because of that. You could give 2 different people the exact same hand, the exact same situation, and there's no necessarily a right way to play it. I mean, there probably is, but you know what I mean? Like, there's so many decisions that are to be made every turn. Just because I'm on turn 3 and I have a 3-cost card in hand doesn't mean I have to play that 3. Like, it might make more sense to attack with units that I already have in play. Because just continuing to dump cards on the field will not win you the game necessarily. I have a feeling that card is not going to survive a lot in games. You know what? If he wanted to spend like 2 cards on relatively weak units like that, I'm fine with that. Those units were so much more valuable than that. Or sorry, those cards were more valuable than the units he destroyed with them. Well, except for maybe the one that was going to be drawing us cards, but... I don't know if he really needed to use that right away. Does that unit have smoke screen? It doesn't. Like, so he could have just killed my frontline unit, taken the front line, and I wouldn't be drawing cards with that other one, but... Maybe he figured he wasn't going to get much more value off of that. I think I'll just play this and pass. I was debating playing the Stug 4 because it has Fury, so I could kill this on my next turn, but that would take up my entire turn, so... This is not exactly threatening me right now, so I don't need to worry about it being in my face. It's annoying because I want to have control of the front line, but it's not that big of a deal. So other than cards like caring about the front line, like this one says it only buffs our units that are in the front line or stuff like that, you need to be any unit that has this, that has like a range of 1, which is basically all tanks and infantry. They can only attack units in the adjacent front. So I can't hit this plane with this tank because this is in the way. Or even if this wasn't in the way, if this tank was here and not in the middle of the table, I couldn't attack his base or units that he has in the back. So I definitely want to be playing... I definitely want to be... You need control of the front line depending on the deck. Most decks want control of the front line at some point in the game. Plus, you have a limit of... You can only play 4 cards in your back line, like 5... So you need the front line if you want to play more cards to the board. So I'm debating what to do here. I don't like that he has a bomber that has Fury, but it's not really super threatening unless he buffs it. Brits don't have that many buffs. I kind of just want to like set myself up for gaining control of the front line later. If this, hopefully this doesn't become too much of a problem in the meantime, I can just tactical strike it out of here. But I felt like instead of using all my resources to take this off the table, I wanted to like play to the board more on that turn. Speaking of the front line, there's a bit of a graphical glitch right now. This line in the middle should be pushed down here to show that my enemy controls 2/3 of the board. I was wondering if I had the sorry emote, as in sorry for taking so long. I'm not going to tell him to hurry up and playing because I'm playing very slow right now. Click, click. So he could use 3 of his 5 resources this turn, just like bombing. Or bombing and attacking. Okay. So I could shoot this, move forward, but that doesn't accomplish much. I don't know, maybe these are bad attacks, because I keep setting him up for this bomber just being able to finish units off. Like, now he could just spend 2 of his 6 resources to finish this off for free. And then still play something out. So yeah, maybe it was wrong not using this tactical strike as soon as I could. And our opponent lost his turn because he's been taking too long. Okay, well then I'm gonna spend the resource on my turn taking this out for free. I may as well. I have 2 resources left. We'll play this out. I'm not gonna put it in the front line because I don't want it. I don't want him getting a free attack with this Panzer 38. Maybe our opponent's having connection problems. Or something came up. Someone came to the door. But we show no mercy here. What happened? Oh, I know what unit that is. Okay. Pardon me. This deals double damage against tanks. I can spend my entire turn finishing off both of these units. Is that worth it? Probably. This card has... It would have been like a 1 for 3. Well, almost, because this drew a card. And this destroyed something. But I'm still getting pretty good value off of it. Yeah, unfortunately there's no French cards. There might be cards representative of the French resistance in like probably the British deck. I'm waiting to see Canadian cards. Oh, wait a minute. Do I just win here? I move this forward. I play Blitzkrieg. They operate for one less. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. That deals a lot of damage, but... Hello, Zabluk. I think that's how I pronounce your name. I guess I'll just be efficient and kill these. If we were a little later in the game, that blitz would have done so much damage. And we have a second one. Interesting. My front line. No, my front line. Yeah, I've read that. I'm interesting to see how they will be implemented. I could see them being delegated to a purely support role. Like, you cannot make main decks out of Italian, French, etc. Polish troops or anything like that, but they will be support cards that you can add to a primary nation. Or they'll just be represented as like main cards from certain nations. Like, I could see Canadian regiments being represented on the British cards. And French resistance related cards also in that capacity. And Italian cards being in the German deck, etc. But it'd be cool if they were like secondary nations and you could only put up to 12 of them with another nation. Would be cool. So if he passes the turn back to us and we still have this thing in the front line, I'm probably going to play out the Sherman just to get the value out of it. We might be playing a half track to push out whatever unit he plays, and maybe we'll be set up to do a decent blitzkrieg next turn. The turn after that. Although it looks like our opponent's losing a turn. I feel kind of bad because, like, we're kind of even. Like, yeah, we're a little bit ahead. But our opponent's lost 2 turns. So I feel like we'd probably be getting our butt kicked if it wasn't for our opponent losing so many turns. Oh, well, now we're just going to get play another Sherman for, like, maximum card advantage, I think. Nah, we probably want to play more cards out to the board, right? Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Screw it, we'll just draw more. I love drawing cards. Drawing cards in a card game is fun. Fully repair all friendly units and draw a card. Wow. He must be desperate if that's his play. Nice. Okay, so I think we're going to start by... Does it have blitz? No, it doesn't. Tactical strike. We could tactical strike and whatever. We just need to bounce that, right? Like, there's no reason. So we'll bounce that. We'll get all the resources back by playing Iron from the North. Move these 2 forward and play Blitzkrieg. We didn't get the fire with all the units, but he's in a really bad spot now. Yeah, sure. Like, this is the first time I've ever... This is my very first card stream. I just discovered this game a couple weeks ago, and I figured after opening a bunch of packs, let's stream a little bit and test out some decks. I don't know how regular it's going to be. It's going to be very, very irregular, I would imagine. But yeah, no harm in doing that. I guess I can post my info on that Discord channel. So it looks like we're about to win this match, but unfortunately our opponent did lose 2 turns, so wasn't really that competitive. He has a guard unit now, which could slow us down, but we have another card that we can bounce that back. So he's. It would have sucked if he took that card away. We'd probably still be fine, but. We'll just move on. Yes. Let's see if we can get into the next rank with this. Like next rank, or like we'll play like a couple more matches with this deck and then move on to another one, because we've been playing this one for about 45 minutes now. Yeah, we'll call this the last match. We'll see if we can get it. We can get a win and then move up to the next rank. Yeah, I like this. I don't know if we need that one early. It could really slow him down though, so maybe that's good. This is kind of expensive, so maybe I'd cut that. Let's see. This would make him retreat. And then next turn we'd have 4 resources. Not quite enough to move a bunch of stuff up and attack with it, unfortunately. I think I like pushing him back though. Just in case he has buffs. Let's go. What do we want to do? Probably just want to kill that now. That was bad math. For some reason I thought I meant to attack with this, and for some reason I didn't. Well, I deserve to lose the match just for that mistake. I should have moved this up and attacked with it, not this one. I think we're fine though. So I'm gonna gain more credits with this. Play this. Move this up. Nope, don't do that yet. I made that mistake last time. So remember last turn when I didn't kill this? Coming to bite us now. He'd be down, like I would have had to trade this unit, but then he'd be down like another 5 defense if I didn't screw that up. Yep. Maybe this mistake will end up not mattering, but I'd be surprised. Does that do it? Mistake almost mattered. Alright, let's move on. We'll move on to the USSR Weenies deck. I don't know how good this is. I assume this is crap. But when I first saw cards like this that care about the light infantry, I said I gotta try that. So kind of like all these cards. I might want a more relevant two play. Like that. That's a nice one. Add 2 light infantry to your hand, +1 for each previously played reserves. Well, yes, I think I do. Yeah, I know. I've never really played around with these cards. I just opened a whole bunch of packs and like looked at what was interesting, and I was like, man, I want to try all these cards now. So yeah, Blitz is nasty. I could see putting that in a Japan deck that's all about just getting tons of units out on the field quickly and then just take. The problem is the Japanese tend to be like infantry aggro, so you can't really take advantage of like moving stuff in the support line up. But I mean, just if you have presence in the front line with them anyway, the +3 to all your troops can be devastating. So let's see. We'll play this and finish that off. And we'll play this. Hopefully we get a turn with this. Ah, come on. You're so mean, opponent. Let us have our cards. Let me beat you. Actually, it's not even about winning. It's just about letting me play. I just wanted to shoot you with a Katyusha. Katyusha? What the hell is that thing called? Katyusha a few times. All right, this was one of the big boys in our deck. BP-43 Armored Train. Basically, it creates a 1/1 every turn, and it's like a big, beefy, hard to kill guy. Anyway, he's playing. What is he playing? He's playing. He had a Katyusha of his own, so he's playing Germany, USSR, so he doesn't have hard removal for this, does he? Oh, he could. I think there's a German card that destroys something in the front line. So I have to be cautious with that. How do we want to do this? I really would like this thing to survive, so I'm thinking hitting this with From the People. But then we don't get to play anything else out on that turn. Is that worth it? Don't know. Maybe I could have like used those few resources to move up to the front line and fire. So maybe that was a bit of a waste. Fallschirmjäger. Wow, he's really scared of that card. He's devoted a lot of cards. Let's just play this out. What could he have? I don't care. We're just gonna play this out and see if we get punished for it. This has guard and heavy armor, so he has to attack this and it's taking less damage. Honestly, like I could easily see him taking this off the table this turn. A couple of From the People and then oh, this is a good one to put down too. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna kill this unit to draw 2 cards. Oh man, we could do so much stuff. It's gonna take time, but we can do so much stuff. So I can spam the board with light infantry and then use this mass attack to just completely wipe something out. I think we want to play this actually. Whoopsies. That's fine. He's down to 2 cards in hand. The only thing I could be worried about is if he buffs this like crazy. Okay, so we probably want to... 1, 2, 3, 4. We can't do all that. What could he do? Let's just play this big boy out. So now every turn... Oh, stupid thing! Oh, whatever. Every time he draws a card, this tank deals 2 damage to him. So it's just gonna slowly kill him while we sit back here. I am worried about all the stuff he has on board. I want to like start removing it, but in the meantime, like he has to fight through everything we have. So finish this off with that. That has Fury, and I don't like that, so we'll get rid of it. That has heavy armor, so it doesn't take damage back from that, and we'll just play this, I guess. And we have the resources for it, so let's just... We'll just play one out, because this is going to create another one anyway. If this is in the front line, draw 2 cards. Cool, cool. We definitely, at the end of your turn, so he's definitely going to get to draw cards with this at least once, but we can hit it with something and then finish it off with a critical hit. So maybe I don't want to play this yet, but I can't do that if it's guarded, so I guess I could always, you know, is that worth it? That might just be worth damaging this and then finishing it off with critical hit just so he doesn't draw anything. So I'm essentially trading 2 cards for 3 there. Like I'm denying him some big card draw and taking out a powerful unit. So I think that's worth it. Okay, well he can finish that off now. I want to just buff these guys again. I think he's definitely supposed to hit this with this. Yeah. Yeah, he definitely supposed to finish that off. There's no way it's not the case. That's a problem. Yep. I don't know that we played that as well as we could have. Like, we probably should have been guarding that unit more. But we ended up winning out anyway. Let's try again. Yo! I fucking won the game! Yes to all of this, except for maybe that. Do I play it? That might be too aggressive, but I kind of like the idea of getting this out early while we still have the health. But then again, he's so much blitz units that like could be bad. We've probably just play it safe and get out our guard unit. Next turn we can play this and play out all the infantry. And then, hopefully he doesn't have one of those nasty sweepers. Okay, he's playing a straight burn deck. So do we want to... How do we want to approach this? We can kill it with mass attack next turn. I probably want to go... Oh, who's... I was like, who's texting me? Yeah, I was gonna say, I probably want to aggressively control the front line just so he doesn't... He just has to waste time with his units bogged down in the back. That's neat. Oh, these are some nasty fucking cards. Ooh, I have that. 2. That finishes that off, and it survives, so that's nice. I really want to get this off the table, though. This is such a nasty card. But this is going to clear my board, so I have to take that out. So, what was I going to play? This. Move these guys up, make sure they're guarded. Play this. Kill that. I can play this guy out, and since he's... Could kill it and draw 2, but I don't think we need to do that yet. Oh, the card that I was worried about? Yeah, it shoots one of your units and then it deals 1 damage to every adjacent unit. So essentially you could kill all 3 of... Like, you could kill this and both of these guys beside it. How rude. You're rude, opponent. Now I'm wondering if I just race him. Oh, right, I'm pinned. Right. That whole thing. I mean, my hand is full. What does that mean? I don't know if this is good, but I'm going to do it anyway because it's fun. We don't get got by another one of those pin things. Next, if these survive, next turn we're going to play out the 84th Infantry and then mass attack this unit so that it stops doing its shenanigans. Every time one of the enemy units dies, this deals 1 damage to us, which is exactly what they want. Ooh, this is good though too. This basically counters this. Am I supposed to race him here? If I play this out, he attacks it, trades. The other problem is he could have another from the people. I haven't been counting. I have no idea how many of those he still has. Do I play this out? It has a potential. No, I think we play this. We just play it safe. This might be greedy too, but we kind of want to close out the game, so we'll see. I might have just killed us. That's fine. Yeah, I'm perfectly okay with that. So... I'm gonna shoot with this and then get rid of it because I'd like to have more relevant play this turn. Is that worth it as just a buff? Probably not. Holy smokes. Well, we can kill anything that he plays, I guess, but I really wanted to see other cards. I think I just end the turn here. I don't want to give him that fighter. I mean, I could kill it with another one of these, but I have no idea what he plays. I just don't want him to play something really, really nasty. Like, see, I'd rather use two of these against this. Now he's going to draw Naval operations and destroy all of our 1/1s and pin our guys, buying himself another turn. Alright, GG. Was close. I like this deck. This deck is fun. Do we want to move on to something else? Now, we've been playing this one. After this match, it'll be about 30 minutes. Quatronic Dream Girl. We cannot defeat someone with a name like that. Absolutely no fucking way. I don't want to. Well, hold on. We're facing another Japanese player, so we can't, in good conscience, keep this card in our opening hand, right? We're asking for it if we do that. Do I just kill that? Playing this doesn't do anything this turn. And this will kill those eventually anyway. But they have such annoying fighters So I'm probably supposed to play this. Next turn I play the 84th. The following turn I play these two infantry and buff them, perhaps. He just drew a whack load of cards, but I think I'm just gonna kill this. I'm not sure if that's right. Could play Katyusha, kill this, shoot with these, shoot with this. Doesn't die. Play a bunch other stuff out. Play a bunch more stuff out. I don't know. We can kill this for free, move that to the front line so he can't take it over again, and then get a bunch of these. I'm hoping what we can do is lay down all these light infantry and then buff them, and we'd be in a pretty good spot. Naval operations really hurt, would really hurt here. Yeah, but at least he doesn't have the front line right now. Okay, my math is off. He's got the front line. Never mind. Do we have a guard unit? I would rather have that just to be safe. No. Okay. We're in an okay spot, but our HP is pretty low, so... We'll probably just get burned out of this game. Sadly. If we could draw that guy that heals us every time we lose one of our units, we'd be in an okay spot. Yeah, no, we've lost. We can't do anything. That's an interesting combination. Like those artillery pieces in that deck. I might have to try that. That was a depressing... That would be a depressing end to that deck. So we'll try one more match. See if we can win and then move on to something else. Don't need that yet. This might be fine in this matchup. I'm not sure about that though. Depending on what he plays, this will be our first Probably just a control deck. Probably just want to take that off the table, right? We have stuff to do with our resources this turn anyway. That's annoying. Oh, what am I supposed to play? Maybe this sucker? All right. This is for sure happening. Kind of want to move this forward. I'm not sure if that's right. Could move this forward, play this, play this. Or I could play this. I'm hoping he buffs this. These two are going forward for sure. Probably gonna move this forward. Nice. That was a good draw. In 3, 6, 9. And then go... What does this do? He gets +3 defense. Yeah, I don't care about that. I want... See, the problem with attacking that is that now it just takes 1 Katyusha and 1 infantry attack to finish off one of these artillery pieces. Oh, I forgot to attack with my artillery last turn. I mean, I don't really care about any of this, right? No, maybe I do. That was fun. Okay, what do we want to do next? Could play more of that deck. You know what? I want to play a little bit of this one. So the idea, we'll go to the card. Oh, I did not change. I have not been changing the stream title. / UK Naval Support. It was a slow grind, but we got there. So the idea with this deck, I'm sure it's awful, but I love the idea of it, is we have a lot of units that have low attack but high defense, and to offset that we have this card called Naval Support that lets us make a unit gain attack power equal to its defense. So when you put it on something like 84th Infantry Regiment, suddenly you have an 8/8 with guard. Or if you put it on something like this Churchill Mark IV, you have a 6/6 with guard and heavy armor. So I'm sure that this is way too many copies of these, but I wanted to put them in to see how they did. Yep. Later, Dave. Have a good one. I'll probably upload some videos on YouTube if you wanted to check them out later. Have a good day. Anyway, I'm sure this deck is awful, but we're gonna try it anyway. Yeah, that looks like what we want to be doing in the early game. Do I want this? That's probably not worth using yet. I'm not going to move this into the front line just to get got by one of the United States' many cards that punish you for being in the front line. I mean, maybe it's worth baiting it out with this, but... Do I want to play that? It's in my deck. That probably means I want to play it at some point. Yep. Yeah, that I don't care about. Oop. What can we can move this up, hit it with this, and we still have enough to play that out. Ooh, maybe we don't want to do that because he's in the front. Yeah, we want to get some value off of that first, right? So we're just gonna go. We're just gonna do this. Fire it. Oh, I could have attacked with this. That was hasty. Question is, do I want to hit that? probably get some value off of it. Really? Hmm. That card is not a one-of, is it? That carpet bombing. Do. Yeah, I don't know why he didn't instantly play this. Like, I get why he might have been hesitant, but there was like a 2 in 3 chance that that was going to be amazing. This is nerve-wracking. What could he have? GG. As soon as he draws the card for the round, it's going to deal 2 damage to him and he'll lose the game. Another British US control deck, looks like. Can't play that yet. Might be worth taking this out now. Two for one feels bad, but I don't know. I have a feeling that's going to be annoying. That seems like an odd inclusion for a control deck. rarity is this card? This card seems neat. Units attacked by this. Oh, it's an elite. Okay. Sure. Cool with that. Very cool with that. Is he gonna buff it? Does he have another for the king, and he's debating whether or not to let me draw a card? Do 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 do. Deal 1 damage to all. Guarded. It's guarded. Doesn't matter how hard you drag. You're not going to be able to attack. Unless there's some sort of glitch I'm not aware of. Okay. So I should use Winter War, right? Where'd you go? So far this deck has been pretty fun. Like I said, I don't know if 4 naval support is necessary. I could definitely see situations where those get clogged in your hand and it's just awful, but with so many units that are relevant hits, it's probably fine. Oh boy. If I had Winter War in hand, I would 10 out of 10 play that, but... Come on, play your Rising Sun. No, you have it. Winter War? Yeah, like, I don't know why he's not just aggressively trading off these units. Like, he could easily burn me out here. Oh, that was a mistake. Why would he attack me there with this? I don't agree with that. I don't think that's right. Don't really have any relevant plays. I could play that and go down to 4 and then we're dead. Kind of like all of these. We'll keep it. You could have another bounce effect and then we're really sad. This is an extremely annoying deck. Okay, so that was a mistake. That was a beating. Opponent just firmly smacked us over the head with his wallet in that one. Cut that one maybe. Oh, I should have slowed down a bit and realized what enemy we're playing. I should have cut this from the opening hand too. Probably that as well. Not quite what we were looking for. Hesitant to play that, but we don't really have anything else to do. So. Immediately. What do I want to play? Do I want this out? Am I supposed to go for the face here? Because then he's dead in 2. Two, four, that's 6, and I can't play out another unit. I don't know if this has text in this. I don't know if this is relevant anymore. It's too slow. Deals 2 damage to the HQ. Well, I'm gonna go for it. Actually, I think I'm supposed to play this too. GG. Wouldn't mind getting up to captain with these USSR decks. I play one more, and I might take a break, get some lunch, and then be back on later. Stalingrad. Don't know what kind of deck he is. I'm just gonna keep this. This is probably that, yeah, because everybody's running Bloody Sickle. I get that it's like... Maybe this deck needs more of that. Just because it's so good against aggro decks. That was a quick one. We'll play one more. I don't think I really want any of these necessarily. I'm probably going to cut this card from this deck. It's just been thoroughly unimpressive every time. And watch, this is going to be the one match where it goes the distance. There's just too much spot removal for it. I don't know if that's worth hitting with. Sure. What's better? Shoni has a lot of blitz units, and I want to keep. I'd rather keep my health high, so I'm gonna play this. Double eagle. Sure. Fine by me. I think I want to play out another one of these and then play this. Nice. Since he seems to really not like these cards, I'm just going to keep playing them out. Deal 5, he goes down. Then I can deal 3. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to attack you with this. I don't know. I think he's got it. I think he's got us. He's just... We're getting efficient trades, but all of his cards are drawing him more cards, so it's just... We're just falling behind. Now, the question, do I change this to a 4/4? It won't die from this, it'll still have the 4 if he decides to shoot this, which is really powerful, but... Well, I can always hit it with this, I guess, if like... Yeah, we'll see. Why is this pinned again? Oh, at the start of your turn, pin that unit again. So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 7. This checks this, this checks one of these, this checks the other. Then he can move forward. Ugh, we're not in a good spot. I don't understand why this still can't attack. It doesn't seem like that should be the case. Like, it just infinitely pins this one guy. That's not really the way that reads to me, but... So I think we lose, right? We're one off. I wonder if I missed the point of damage somewhere that I should have had. This was brutal. I didn't realize that this would infinitely pin that unit. To me, I thought it was just 2 turns in a row. That's how that reads to me, but... Because it's under a deployment trigger, right? And deployment triggers happen once. Is there any way we can survive this? No, because I can spend my turn killing this, and then these do enough damage. That was a good game. Okay, I'm signing off for now, and I may be back on later. Thanks for everyone for checking it out. See you next time.